All right. welcome to the Triglabian Times. I'm your host, Sabbat. I've got my two co-hosts with me today, Reece
What's up? What's up?
and Kylon.
I promise.
Triangular.
I
Triangle.
promise I wasn't kidnapped.
Yeah, you were. And then we have the glorious seagull of Pochven, Drake it on with us today.
Look, seagulls don't exist anymore. Let's be real.
They do. There's two sets of seagulls that have left from the home of Pochven, and they're making me proud out in K-Space.
Yeah.
You can seagull on other stuff. Oh man. Yeah, it's always fun with our pre-shows with like the shit that normally gets spewed out like in the last 30 seconds that I'm like, all right, this is too funny. But I mean, we're kind of following up on last week's show with OBS being rolled back because it's now been 2 weeks of that shit, almost 2 weeks, and the Shipcaster event's coming to Pochven, which is lots of content to be had.
They've been a lot more active than I thought they'd be at the start. I thought people would be apprehensive, but the people have just been going nuts. I think it's because they actually break in quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
No, they don't pay good at all.
Yeah, they pay pennies.
Well, the problem is you got to get everything out, you know? You got to get it all out. It's just the way it is, you know? And thus, hunters have opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's been quite a bit of activity.
Yep. There's a shit ton of activity when I was flying around on Friday. I was kind of surprised. Pass by.
Kind of worried that the Caldari are going to get their shipcaster very quickly.
I mean, I'm not surprised if they do get it quickly.
Let's see, where are they at? They are at 76.2. It has risen almost 5% since yesterday.
Oh, dang.
At that rate, it'll be done in a few days.
Yeah. I'm not...
How's the...
Go ahead. No, I was just I'm not really surprised that Caldari's just churning through it. I mean, well, there's 17 Caldari systems in Pochven. Super easy to get in and get out.
I think normally, like, there's a big population that is just Caldari in the game in general.
Mm-hmm.
As good and as bad as it is.
Well, I mean, it makes it easy to go to Jita and be in faction warfare.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the big selling points. And that's why Caldari faction warfare is so many people.
Yeah, I mean, like, who do they fight? I just don't know.
The token gal mill that exists.
Somebody who really likes playing the underdog.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure that's just mainly a convocation of Empyreans, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The very tiny token fleet of Galmill.
I mean, I like the idea of Galmill. I just don't like the odds of not being Caldari Mill, you know? It's just so many people.
Yeah, they just raffle stomp everything. And that's why, I can see them just trouncing their way through the shipcaster shit.
So, is that when they get to 100%, they get their shipcaster and the event ends? I'm assuming.
No, the event will end. I think the CCP said everyone will get a shipcaster eventually. So it's just going to continue.
Oh, okay.
Hunting season.
Yeah, it depends on how slow people are, but like the other three aren't far behind, all things considered, from what I can see.
I do look forward to being able to hand in the mute adaptive construction components to other empires other than Caldari. So I especially want some of those Minmatar event boosters.
Yeah.
And now we got more event boosters than we know what to do with now. I think that's about everyone now.
I have so many login ones, it's ridiculous. I've just been chugging them left, right, and center because I wanted the Penumbral skin for the Stabber fleet issue and the Tier 2 battleship Tempest fleet issue. So I just did those. I just mass produced the data cores, and I've got so many drugs. It's ridiculous.
Drugs
Also lets me go really fast. Also affects Artie, so I'm happy.
Drugs. Yeah. No, I mean I burnt through a lot of mine. A lot of my stuff from events and whatnot, but I also am one of those people that gets all the event drugs and then I completely forget about them because I put them on the side, and then 6 months later they're all expired. I'm like, motherfucker.
I did like it when there were the event drugs that gave you extra point for your tackle and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, those are great.
That was really nice. I do think that there should be a limited way to get those, with some downsides.
Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be bad.
Maybe reducing the range of your point, but it's stronger. Something like that. I don't know. Some sort of trade-off that makes it worth it for dedicated hunters.
Do traditional Triglavian times pitch. Make drugs that can only be made in Pochven.
Trig ship drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs that shorten your spool time or increase your range.
But so yeah, there's the mining sites, which holy fuck the amount of E-War in those shipcaster mining sites.
Silicate Racavine Field.
Yeah.
There seems to be, I don't know, 2 or 3 of these in every cry.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as numerous as the data sites, and they're non-dead space, which is super nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, at least.
I like it to get around.
Yeah, you warp between rocks. People can combat you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. The data sites kind of blew my mind. One of my trips through, there was one system I went through. There was 8 of them in the system, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, they build up. They seem to, for the most part, instantly respawn. I haven't confirmed that, but they come back pretty quickly. I think if you go into a data site and do any part of the hacking and then leave, it despawns, which I think is normal data site behavior.
Even if you warp there and don't do anything, don't kill anything, don't hack anything, it despawns after about an hour.
Okay.
I'm totally not camping these things and not killing anything. Please do not question that.
Don't know what you're talking about.
And unlike the low sec and high sec parts, where the data sites, every single rat tackles you.
Yeah.
Not all of them do here in the potion sites, but there's still quite a few. There'll be 4 or 5 anchoring drones.
Their E-War is just ridiculous sometimes, though.
They just want to hold you in place.
They've got tackle. They've got newts. What else do they have?
The main thing,
webs.
Webs, that's right.
One's point, one's web, one's newt. So if you just kill the point ones, and then you're fine.
Yeah,
and obviously maybe have a ship that doesn't care about capacitor. The Metamorphosis, the new ship that's coming out, which has 2 warp core stabs.
What? God damn it! Now I'm gonna have to redo some of my ships.
It's basically like a Astera with it's got a single turret slot, a single launch slot, gets double damage to both of those. It can fit a covert cloak. It's got the Astera bonuses to scanning. It's also got an extra bonus to deviation, which makes it easier to scan if you're new to scanning.
Yeah.
And then
Which
it also
one is
has
this?
the Metamorphosis.
Huh.
It will be releasing, I believe, next week.
Oh boy.
It's
sounds like something to make money off of.
Yeah, it's part of the anniversary, the Capsular event, and also the other thing is there's no blueprint for it, so you might be able to insure these, unlike the Gnosis where it's 1.2 ISK payout.
Sounds like something you hide and sell 10 years later.
I can bring it up if you want. Let me log into Eve. I'll bring it up.
Yeah. Is
I don't
this
think
is this one of those ones that's locked behind Omega? Because if it is, I think I'm Omega.
I'm fairly sure it'll be locked behind Omega, surely.
Fuck. I
Because
guess
they did this. They did the same thing with the Praxis and the Gnosis every other year. So
yeah.
I don't see why they would do it.
Looks like I'm
where's
spinning up all my alts for Omega for a short time.
Give me a second. I'll just get up for you.
So yeah, but this week it seemed like there was a swarm of herons descending upon
everywhere.
Pochven, and a swarm of T3Cs following them.
All right, that looks pretty fucking badass.
It is a really pretty ship. I really like the. So some of these Capsulaire Elite ones are dog shit, and some are amazing. But here are the bonuses.
2-stab.
It has 3 highs, 3 mids, 3 lows, 3 rig slots. It's like basically just an Astero without the.
Look at those bonuses, though.
Yeah, really nice bonuses. But
That's
it's got a native warp core strength, and you can fit another warp core on top of it. So it's not going to be immune because like people can still just tap it really fast, but it's pretty good.
Still.
It specifically doesn't have any fitting bonuses or strength bonuses to combat scanners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still.
I just love the reduction in CPU gives you a lot more headroom for your fits.
Yeah, it's basically like I did a load of fitting with Kadesh with this, the guy who runs Pyther.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
he basically came to the conclusion that I did, which was it's a pacifier but worse. But obviously, if you want to do hacking and not combat, then it's a lot more useful.
Pacifiers are fun, though.
Yeah, it's got a good scan res, low sig radius. It's also got 3 drones and can fit 8 drones, so it's got teeth.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to Omega my alts just to get some more of them.
They look good, but the pacifier is definitely the thing that you can get more of.
Yeah.
Just put up some 1ISK buy orders and
Watch people accidentally sell it. Oh man, that's cool. I like the way the ship looks. That's the big thing. It looks nice. It has nice fits.
Yeah, it's classed as a Synesis, but it's using the Apotheosis shuttle.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
It makes sense. The pacifier is a frigate that's similar, so it makes sense.
And then here's the other versions for the Praxis. Again, offset icon, really nice.
Yep.
Ooh.
Damn. Ooh, they're toss one out for the worm.
Yeah, and there's some that just aren't good.
Oh, I'm sure. It's normal that there's like some dog shit ones.
I was annoyed about the this one's quite nice. The Typhoon Fleet issue is dog shit. It basically has
what?
This is the elite skin, and this is ultimately it has one redeeming quality is that it's the only skin that makes the Minotaur Victory skin look good.
Oof.
Because dude, imagine you win the Alliance tournament. It's like, yeah, you get a red and a little bit of gold. Actually, it looks a lot nicer now that they've got the reflections working.
Yeah. I know that sometimes they come out with a skin. You're like, really, dude? You could have spent like 15 minutes longer on the ship and made it look better.
Yeah, there's some of them, like the Naglfar as well, is awful.
What?
Absolutely atrocious.
What the hell? I mean, it would be better if it had like a hologram that was really protruding more.
Yeah, it's the hologram's
just
there.
too close. It's too close, and it's not like contrasting enough, if that makes sense.
This is an example where it does work. So the Minnow's quite nice, and it has the hologram at the back on its ass.
I still think that like the hologram should be a little bit more
Pronounced.
It should be more pronouncing and contrasting better.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks decent.
I disagree, but yeah.
Decent,
So, like, okay, this is an example where it does look nice. The Gila, because everything looks good on the Gila.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. You can actually see the hologram is like separate on this.
Yeah, it's
And it's
mainly
got a cool
this.
little
This
thing.
is the like I think the login skins, whereas the
Ugh.
elites I think is like a paid skin or an event skin. I think that's the distinction. So
It
these
might
ones
be
definitely
like
look
they
better.
did last time, where you have to buy like a pack to get a bunch of those good skins.
Yeah.
So basically, all I'm hearing is the login skins right now are probably going to be better than the paid skins.
An avatar skin.
There's
Lol.
always an avatar skin. It just does not look good.
I just wish it looked better. The
Yeah.
hologram should be in the front, just like with the Halloween skin.
See, this one's okay.
The pod
Yeah.
looks better than the rest.
Yeah.
Why are they better at pods than they are the rest? What is this?
Or because people are sitting in their pods longer than they're sitting in the ships all the time. So
Oof.
also speaking of which, I hear you've been trying the Panther for all of 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
How
I had
did
a
you
good
die
laugh.
to Brian?
Yeah. I had a good laugh about it. I thought it was funny too because I was like, I'm not even fucking salty. I fucking knew it was gonna die. I was a dumbass.
Well, you can't blame him for trying.
I just really didn't care if it died or not. I was like, I'm having fun today. I bought it, whelped it. It's all good for me.
Someone else lost one recently as well, and it was just described as if you ask for a Drake fit, but you went to wish.com.
I started.
When you cheap out, you die.
I started going down the. I'm gonna make a Drake fit. Then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not whelping a ship that's gonna cost that much money. I'm gonna use this ghetto fit that I have and say fuck it. If I kill like one thing, I'll be happy.
Yeah, just do my ethos. Just don't die. Then it's fine.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure how it works. I'm not sure how don't die makes me not die. I'm sure you guys have seen the Marshall video.
Yeah.
Of how close I got. 79 hull.
That was quite close. I hate it when you're trying to dock and it just sits there like that.
Well, no, it's entirely my fault I put in that situation. And the reason I didn't... I was being dead cocky just to kill an Imicus. I didn't even kill the Imicus. And the reason I didn't was because I had Tremor loaded. I've never loaded Tremor in my life. It's such a dog shit ammo. And because of that, I got tackled. And I was like, that's fine. I can ECM burst. I've got 100% jam chance. Turns out I was wrong. I had 89%. And that 11% difference is actually very, very important.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it's whatever. It's Eve.
How many kill marks you up to, Drank?
On the Marshall, like 37. And on the Panther, I'm still on 260 because I swapped to the Marshall for a bit.
260 is ridiculous.
I decided to shelve it for a bit while the blob like returns to Pochven. It's just a bit of...
You know they're going to try to kill you. They're going to try.
Everyone tries to kill me.
But the blob's out now, so...
Even some of the people, like, quote-unquote allied with Rote, have been hunting me for years, and apparently my nickname is Payday.
That's funny. Well, I mean, you kind of are a Payday.
It depends if it drops or not. But, like, even that Marshall, like, I don't mind nearly as much if the Marshall dies, because it's a cheap fit, but when I say it's a cheap fit, it's just using the stuff that used to be on the Panther, so it's still like a 40 bill fit, which is stupid.
Yeah.
It just doesn't perform.
Yeah.
But at any rate, at least Pochven is absolutely thriving again. I thought it would take some time for people to move stuff in, but it just went from...
I mean, you said free money, people are there.
Yeah, it just went from 0 to 100 instantly, which is pretty amazing. So because I'm tracking the stats, the 2 weeks before the patch, you had a range of minimum 171 kills a day to 250, and in terms of value, that's 6 bill to 24 bill. And then the 2 weeks after the since the patch to now, the minimum kills was 349 and 18 bill, and the maximum kills was 834 and 78 bill, and that was yesterday. That was yesterday, or 2 days ago even.
Damn. Well, I added to that number, but damn.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yesterday was 872 kills, and the only periods where it even got close during the time where the obs had a timer was when there were structured bashes. And obviously, when the Nalvala Fort died, there were 13,555 kills in that one day.
Yep.
And the next day there was 6,357.
Damn. I mean, I knew the bounce back was gonna be good. I didn't expect it that nice of a bounce back though.
Yeah.
I do think it was like a lazy fix though.
Oh yeah, it was definitely. Yeah. There's way more that needs to be done, and hopefully.
I'm not complaining that they fixed it. I'm just saying that like they half-assed it.
Yeah, it was simply they
changed landing code.
They kind of admitted that their previous fix of moving it from 90 to 35 minutes, which did nothing, and I told them this, that it wouldn't do anything. It would just make the people who own the sites a lot richer.
Mm-hmm.
It did nothing, and they basically they knew that for a while, and then they came together and said, "Right, let's remove it.
Let's go back to 0. Bring back a lot of fighting and death."
Yeah.
God,
Frat were a little bit salty that it happened right after their fort died, but
whatever.
I assure them that's a coincidence.
Insider trading information.
I'm on thin ice with CSP as it is, so I can't say anything. But I didn't know that it was. I didn't know it was coming when the fort died. So
yeah, no one knew when shit was gonna change and shit like that.
Yeah,
we just need. There's just a few more structures to get deleted, and it'll be a happy paradise.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's only like 2, 3 fortals left.
There's a Scarcon fort. I think it's 2.
There's one in Raravos as well, isn't there?
Yeah, there's 4.
Yeah.
Okay, 4. That's 4, pretty good.
Yeah.
We're still down to 4 from like the 20 that started with. Maybe not 20, but yeah.
It was up there. It was in the teens, which is good. But a lot more homeless capital ship pilots just deep safed. Drake's just looking at his pretty little panther.
Well, this is on Sissy because the metamorphosis isn't fixed on isn't ready yet on Tiki. So,
well,
just like look at my sexy panther.
It looks pretty though, I have to say.
It is very pretty. It's a shame they added the new anti-aliasing because it makes everything look dog water it's
just
not
kill
good.
the anti-aliasing.
I think I killed anti-aliasing when they first put it out.
I mean, some levels of AA looks good on some things. It just doesn't look good on everything all the time.
It's just the new version of it. It fixes a lot of like what they term like anti-aliasing jaggies, but it added like horrible like epilepsy inducing flutter on so many textures. A good example is in fact I can probably
turns on aliasing.
I can show you an example. I'll go to Pochven in.
I personally like the new login screen though. The background looks really cool though.
Mm-hmm.
The infinity symbol. Too bad they killed Eve anywhere.
Right.
I don't understand why. It never even got to be down here. I was hoping for it. I was like, hey man,
it was really, it had a lot of issues, but it was really useful. I think it just cost. which is a shame. I
Yeah.
think they thought that it would bring in Omega sales, but I don't know.
Well, I do know a couple people that are pissed about it because they're like, well, now I really have to build a new computer.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
couple people that went, well, I was using this for like the first like year I came back to Eve, and then I finally built my new computer. So I didn't need it anymore, but it was really nice to have. But yeah, it was.
I don't know.
I think it's a mixed.
I
I know it
think-
costs, but
I think one of the best things they could do to get actual people to jump into this is when you go Omega, you get the Magic 14. Just flat out. Because like it's a big hurdle to really fly in a lot of stuff.
yeah. Hey, dude, we could go back to training skills.
Well, they're hopefully getting rid of the attributes entirely. So, well, they said they were, and they've only got 5 months to do it, I guess, because it was kind of on like the ass end of
Yeah.
their roadmap from last FanFest. So you'd think it'd be near the end of FanFest.
Near the FanFest time period.
Yeah.
It'll be soon.
I guess if those go away, training pods go away too.
I think they're going to replace him with like probably it's going to be instead of like attributes which are kind of archaic and like once you know how it works, it's cool. But that starting out for new players, like say this one will be increased training speed for ship command or something like that. They'll have to do something like that, right? Don't know if you're watching. So here's an example of.
Me.
Oh,
Okay, so this is without anti-aliasing.
Yeah,
it's got that weird like reflection square thing.
Yeah, so but when I turn it on, I don't know if it's going to translate through well to Discord.
Let's see.
Can you see how the center is fluttering?
Yeah, it's flickering a lot more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, really.
And it's not a good natural kind of flicker. It's very artificial and
Yeah,
it's very
It's
distracting.
it's like it's wobbling. It's really, really like
Ugh. Can't look at it
like-
anymore.
yeah, it is actually horrible.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that was an example.
I've seen some instances of this stuff, and I was just like, because people are posting up on Reddit, and I was like, what is going on?
I also need to get some more footage for this video I'm making.
Yeah, I didn't know we were at a nightclub in Europe.
Which Drake, that damn meme you made with the drifter on it, man, that
Yeah, just chilling with the drifter. It's great.
stuck in my head for like a week. It's a good tune though, so
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you know that the aliasing thing. I don't know. I've seen some of like the ship stuff, and I was like, really? It made a ship that didn't already look that great in the first place look even worse. Because I know on some of the ships it does some funky stuff with the edges.
Yeah.
It looks okay on some stuff. It kind of like it just makes things look a lot blurry because everyone's so used to the Jaggies and they're so from the anti-aliasing before that everything was just super crisp. And now it makes it not super crisp. It blends stuff together, and suddenly all the textures just look lower quality. Lower quality.
Lower quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's one of the things you expect when you're like revamping a lot of these things.
That's why they need.
Well, they did do a test on it, so I think it does like use up way less resources and stuff, and it's also enabled them. I think it's enabled them to do the shadow stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's
in
good.
terms of not having to change the the minimum and recommended requirements.
Yeah.
That's what I can think of. That's like an optimized thing. Unfortunately, that's just come at the cost of perceived quality.
Yep.
Optimizing things is good because less resources better, right?
Yeah.
Unlike that new Star Wars game that is absolute ass on optimization.
If at FanFest they announce they're going to use De Nuovo for Eve, I think like 90% of the player base would just like tell them to fuck off.
Oh God, yes. De Novo is just horrible.
It is great. Is that all the people that legitimately pay for it
Here,
get shit
pay-
shit performance, and the people
Yeah.
who crack it and pirate it don't have De Nuovo, so they have perfect performance.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. It only buys them like a month. The best groups break stuff in a month or less.
If that.
Yeah, a month or less, and that's that. And it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want the best for Eve. And how have you felt with the Eve on Eve Excel integration since they've been
I haven't.
sunsetting things?
Well, I haven't even been able to see it. One person has access to it, and he says it's great. One person has access to it, and says the documentation is wrong. It's not that he hates it; it's that the documentation is wrong, so he can't. Like he's getting frustrated with it.
Oh, I
But
see.
I'm not part of it. Like I use an Excel far too much at work. I really don't want to do it in my off time as well.
You don't.
I even say that I've got 2 Excel spreadsheets open right in front of me for the Pochven stat tracking.
I was
Yeah.
about to say Drake still uses Excel, but he uses it for other things, like
Oh my God.
how much death and destruction is going on.
I'm literally on the verge of calling up a client of the work and threatening to sue them because they are giving all their reports to us in PDF and not in Excel. And the PDFs have been produced from Excel, and they say they don't have the resource to do it. And I'm literally like going to the boss saying, "Can I tell them to just do one?"
Can you just get me the Excel spreadsheet?
I finished on my email to the director, the owner of the company, this like multi-100 million-pound company. I said, how could I professionally tell them to neck themselves?
Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna kneel down by the curb. You're gonna bite the curb, and I'm gonna stomp on your head a couple times.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, no, I deal with Excel very minimally, and even as much as I make fun of the game, the spreadsheet in space, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use anything. I'd stay clear of Excel.
Hey,
The idea
Excel.
is if because I think they're sunsetting the API because they don't have a dedicated team. It was kind of like a passion project that moved from team to
Yeah.
team.
I believe that they're sunsetting it because the market API has been screwed up for a while.
Yeah, the historical prices and stuff. Yeah, and they've reduced like all the CSM were up in arms quite rightly when I think it was like instead of an hourly like it was once per hour on refreshes of data on character standings and stuff like that. Or well, lots of character data. They changed it to 24 hours, and obviously that fucked quite a lot of people on like null block scale.
Yeah.
Human resources. So obviously they're pissing quite rightly. So
Yeah, and it's just like heyday for spies, man.
What is that? What do you think that means for Z Killboard?
I don't know. I think people will just post the stuff anyway. So
Quiz said that he can't keep the prices up to date of the different modules and ships. He's got a little thing on every kill mail now.
yeah, he said that. I saw that.
And it's like since last year.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It would be November 2022, supposedly.
I always forget he's in your
coming up
court.
on 8 months then.
Yep. So, and there hasn't been a change in that as far as I've heard from anybody.
No, I haven't heard anything. I try to keep track of that stuff because it's fun.
I think once they get Excel up, like everything's going to go to that, and then they're going to do because the Ratati said he wanted to do like a quote unquote full audit of what people can actually see. because it's not been managed perfectly well with a lot of oversight, people have got advantages that the devs don't think they should have. So take that statement with whatever way you will.
Yeah, that could be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see. I got to figure out, just talking about the whole FanFest and the roadmap thing, I have to figure out my situation with FanFest. Because I know I'm going to want to record some stuff from there. AKA me running around with a paper, pitchfork, and torch.
Selfie stick.
Only paper ones.
I think
Only paper.
I think I've just got the sneaking suspicion that Hilmar's going to say something about the crypto, and people are going to start throwing tomatoes at him. The one thing that can go wrong at the FanFest is Hilmar just getting rid of the last vestige of goodwill that he has with the player base.
It's so bad if he would do that.
Yep.
I'm tired of hearing about crypto. I'm tired of hearing about NFTs. Just please put money into Eve and make shit work better.
I can understand. I can understand perfectly that they want to branch out, because having a single one-trick pony product is a great way for a company never to survive, like in the long term. It just so happens to have worked with Eve, but then they also had Dust and other stuff as well, which were successful. They just made shit choices along the way. Like they overestimated the VR market, because like VR is a gimmick.
Yeah,
it's a good gimmick. It's just a gimmick nonetheless.
I do think it was a good gimmick though for Valkyrie. I played Valkyrie with and without VR, and I do have to admit, Valkyrie pilots with VR have an advantage.
Yeah, it's also that it was one of the first like VR cockpit shooter games. If you compare it to I don't know if you guys play VR, but if you have played Project Wingman, that is absolutely off the fucking walls how good that is in VR.
Yeah.
And if they made another attempt at Valkyrie and mimicked that, they'd probably make quite a few sales. Yeah. And then and with Dust, obviously they fucked up with saying we're always going to be on the PS3, despite the PS3 being one
end of life.
Yeah, at one, end of life. Two, it used cell architecture, which was a pain and really hard to optimize.
Yep.
And then when they got to the end of it and said we're going to move to PC, the PS3, the PlayStation core, which was a huge bulk, got extremely upset.
Mm-hmm. That's one of those things. Is like CCP has done some games, like Valkyrie was good on console and like shit like that. Certain games, it was great on console. But it was like Dust, a first-person shooter game. What is the... I mean, I know that Battlefield and COD had really good markets on console, but like if you want people spending like double dipping in their wallet for shit from your player base you already have that are PC gamers, like make it for PC.
Yeah.
If it's a good game, everyone will fucking play it. I have friends of mine who are like, yeah, dude, I just realized Dust doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, dude, Dust hasn't existed in so freaking long. You're like, what happened?
It's a shame though as well, because it really was like, despite all of its many flaws, it was just a good game.
Yeah.
It was reasonably well designed. Its performance was absolutely terrible, to the point where in Faction Warfare or Planetary Conquest, the meta was to buy a specific type of SSD that was the most like somehow optimized for PS3s, and install all the PS3 stuff on that, and then you would set up lag rooms, and it would affect you less than the other side. There was some absolutely cancerous things, but it was a good game. It was a really fun game.
You have to remember, if they were Eve players, they know how to min-max.
So I hope the new FPS that they're working on, 1, comes out soon, and 2 is at least in keeping with the spirit of Dust, and not like the like wave survival versus Sancha thing they had at FanFest once, which was just soulless.
Dust players, they could call in a planetary bombardment or whatever, right? Like from a Eve player.
Yep.
That sounds really cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I had my hopes up with that game. that they were like that
Yeah.
integration would last, because I always thought that integration would be something really good for, like, you're literally covering your market, or one day you feel like flying your space submarine, the next day you want to be shooting guns at people. And could you imagine trig weaponry?
Well, some people did both. Some people multi-box, so while they were playing Planetary Conquest, they would just have like a cloaked, like, coercer in system, and if they ever got a strike, they would just immediately decloak and do it themselves.
Yeah.
Don't need to wait for anyone.
I mean, that's how you keep a player base very involved and very happy.
I just wish there were a lot more things going on than just Eve and crypto. It's just give me even a single player game, right? That is basically freelancer. And I'm on that like crack, man. Even if it had like a big cost to buy it.
They also have that. Is it a mobile game? The 4X one, Project M, is it called? They have like a mobile or a 4X game. I think it's mobile. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
They do have a lot of stuff. They really want to branch out, which is a good business decision. They just need to not mess it up. And the main thing they need to do is they just need to not burn all player goodwill again with this crypto stuff.
You gotta support what you've got giving you money, invest enough into it, and put the rest into your new project.
Yeah, it's definitely a balancing act.
It is hard though, balancing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and the problem is anything you start now isn't ready for at least 5 years, isn't it now? The average development time?
Probably sounds about right.
So you have to keep this going for 5 years with good satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which they are doing. Like, player satisfaction has definitely gone up since Uprising as an expansion. Like, people are very happy with the expansion overall.
Yep. Now just appease a tiny amount of trig players with, bouillon or something with our anchorages.
Yeah, the anchor just needs something doing. I hope they are, as far as making Pochven healthier, they are still, from what I understand, not going to leave it as it is. But outside of that, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one thing with me going to FanFest this year. After watching like everything I could watch on Twitch last year, including that god awful opening ceremony.
Oh, please, not another one like that again.
Hey guys, do you want to know the history of Eve? Here's another dev to talk about the history of Eve.
No, what you need is like for this Eve Fest. First, it needs to come off strong, talking about the biggest events in Eve. Like, Eve is amazing because of this, and then you start saying what you're going to do to make it better, and then you win. It's like, have you ever watched a keynote before? Please learn. Please watch a TED Talk on how to give a keynote.
The worst thing as well was they were riding everything. It was it Paragon that said, like, big things are happening and he's happy with what they've got to show. And then just the FanFest just happened to say, we've got really good stuff, you'll just have to find out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, you can't say that.
It's like, you got to give people something to hold on to.
Yeah.
Not just things will get better. No, bud, give me some like ideas.
I mean,
give me some screenshots of what you're doing.
They did have a lot of content in there. It's just that it was all hidden behind like
black marks.
Being one, black marks, and two, being mysterious. And the stuff they did show isn't fully implemented yet. Like the faction warfare stuff is now, and it's really good. The holograms are, we've got 2 holograms for each ship, and I want my fucking kill mark holograms for the Panther. Please bring them as soon as possible.
Because we all want to see that scary Panther with a giant viper on top of its head just uncloak and blap you and disappear.
Well, it's just like, just imagine how much, just the customization alone, even if they didn't do it behind the Evermark thing and lock it behind Omega, they could have monetized it perfectly well with Plex, and people would be so fucking happy to pay 200-300 Plex for holograms and more customization.
Yep.
Like, it's such a brain dead obvious thing to do, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you just need to sub. We're already fucking subbed. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
You're
You
not
want to make more money? Here is a way we will literally give you more money, and you won't do it."
That's just like the cat ears. You literally could probably put them up on
Dude,
the market
the
for 500
cat-
plex.
People don't understand. My take on the cat ears is that you need to add the cat ears, but you also need to add goggles that make it so you can't see the cat ears. Then you satisfy everyone, but people know that you don't like the cat ears because they can see it on your character. You've got the bitch anti-cat ear goggles, so then there might be a cat ear versus anti-cat ear like just war that happens just randomly.
All of a sudden, the entire galaxy is split in half. You got the cat ears warring against the goggle wearers.
It would be so good. Just like random, like emergent wars simply based on the fact that someone had cat ears.
Yeah. No,
Wars have been started for less. Like I mentioned on someone asked about how the player base are assholes and he wanted examples, and my point was an entire corp was evicted from wormholes and entirely because the CEO mocked that someone overcooked rice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, there. Yeah, wars get started over some of the stupidest shit, and that's what's fun about it. Petty little squabble turns into like a whole region on fire.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, shit.
Like Horde, was it Horde glassing all of the Russian space?
Yeah.
Simply because they asked I can't remember his name. It's not Contan, it's someone else. I can't remember RFC's leader. And basically he just didn't like he played both sides and was an asshole to both of them, so they were like, yeah, fuck him.
It happens. That's what's great about Eve.
That
But
is what it is.
yeah, I really need to make sure I have like handout pitchforks and torches.
I'm sure they've learned from last time. I'm sure the CSM has drilled it into their skulls that they cannot repeat what they did last year.
I hope they don't, and I hope they heed that message. That there was parts of last year's FanFest that I was like, "There's glimmers of hope," and the rest of it, I was like, "And it's dog shit."
The keynote is what turned me off to watching anything else. It's just like, you don't know how to give a keynote. You've had all year to do this, and you've been
You've had
watching all these
years.
videos on crypto, and
Yeah.
you've never
Well,
figured out how to
they
keynote
know how
works.
to. They do know how to do a keynote. I've seen ones from previously. The one when I went to were fucking amazing. And they had like the cinematics and everything. And we just this time we had. I guess we had the Deathless thing, which still hasn't come to fruition yet. Which I'm still like completely convinced it's the new pirate faction. Well, we know it's a pirate faction, but the new ship line of Minotaur and Caldari ships.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was just so much sheer lack of understanding. Like, hey, we didn't have a FanFest for what, 2 years?
More, I think, because one got cancelled because of COVID.
Yeah, I was like, we
It was
haven't
like
had
3 years?
Yeah, I think it was like 19 was the last. Was 19 the last one, or was that the canceled one? It's like 18 or 19, and it
No,
was like
19 was the last one because
Yeah.
it was last year.
no. I'm not talking about the year. I'm talking about 2019.
Oh yeah, 2019 was canceled because of COVID.
Yeah, I know. Like
Was it? No, COVID
No.
was in 2020.
2020.
Was it?
I know one of them got something. It was their world tour thing that kind of pissed everyone off because they didn't have an official fan fest. But like
the PvP event.
Yeah, they had like years to sit down and be like, all right, especially as like the player base was getting more and more salty about shit, about the pace of things being released. They had so much time, and they literally just went, I have a ball in my hands. Let me just drop it on the ground. Hope you guys like it. Like, even, Eve Vegas, when we had Swift come on last year, like, even then we had more drops just from Swift playing a short little clip for us, showing the faction capital ships.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
more entertaining and more exciting than we got new shiny things coming, but you don't know what they are.
Look at the video. Maybe you figure it out. Maybe you don't. Ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
No, just tell us. Like, okay, and then add a couple things that are hidden in there on top of that. That's cool. But like making everything hidden is not cool.
Yeah.
Like some puzzle is good.
Some
Too much puzzle bad.
Okay, being left in a dark room, bad. A little bit of a puzzle where you can spend the next 6 months arguing with people online, trying to figure out those
Yes.
puzzle pieces. That is how you keep attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we could probably bitch fit about this shit for a while.
Yeah, we can't though.
Yeah, no, we can't. I am still on the fence. I'll get this out of the way before we start to wrap up. I'm still on the fence. I might do next weekend. We might do next weekend as a show.
Next weekend's Mother's Day, right?
No, the following weekend's Mother's Day. This coming weekend.
We should not do Mother's Day.
No. I will definitely be out of pocket for that one. If I leave before like 6 o'clock on Mother's Day, my mom, I might literally get buried in the backyard. So I know not next weekend, but the following weekend, I'm definitely out of pocket. And I thought I was going to be here, but I forgot it was Mother's Day. Next weekend, I've got a wedding, so I might be a little rough for wear, but I should be back. So we probably will be doing a show on Sunday. Kylon, Reece, I'll let you guys know when I wake up on Sunday. My ETAs and shit, if we're going to actually do one on Sunday. So I just wanted to get that out in the air. Wrap ups, fun kills. I killed a Venture and I lost a Panther. All right, I'm done.
At least you got more kills than some other Panther dudes that have like died instantly in Pochven.
Oh, I didn't even kill it with Panther. I killed it with a Nemesis.
Oh, I did. See, you could have left that bit. Like, you could have just like, yeah, I got to kill a Panther.
I'd rather be. I'm not even salty about it, dude. I needed to spend some big bucks on a ship. I've been buying too many, like 30 to 80 mil ships and just whelping them for fun. So, or forgetting where I stashed them. So I was like, fuck it. I'll fly a big ship. I don't care if I lose it. But Reece, are you still at Megad?
Yeah, until the end of the month.
Ooh, so you get your name on the monument.
Yeah. Well, you get your name on the monument, but you get a special, I guess, Titan symbol if you're subbed at the moment that they take the snapshot of the player base.
If you're subbed this year and you were also on the monument, you get a Titan symbol, yeah.
Good. Have you been playing much, Reece?
I have been. I was on yesterday, I think it was.
Get some murder done?
I was trying to do some murder, but it didn't work out. There's a lot of competition going on in Pochven.
The hunters are like out in force. That's what I feel like. Or were you mining?
No, I was out hunting in my redacted, having a good time.
The non-dead space is just so nice for parking and cloaking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Kylon, you got a kill. I saw you posted.
Oh yeah, I posted one. We actually killed someone from Road Capel, Proteus. We were up very, very late because we're normally not on at the same time. So that one was good. Let's see. And then there was this Lashak.
Juicy Lashak.
The hacky shack.
I understand this guy was very upset.
Yeah. He was very salty, and when we killed his pod, guess what it had in it?
High grade crystals. Holy
Yes.
shit. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, this is like the shittiest.
He's a man of many talents, but just not all at the same time.
What the fuck is this shit? I'm just looking at this fit going, why would you do this to a Leshak?
Hmm.
You wanted to hack and salvage and safety, I guess.
Oh my god.
He had the relic clavicula integrated analyzer.
Yeah. Yeah, the Frostline Clavicula.
Really good, pretty good drop on that one.
What a freaking moron. I mean, I shit fit some shacks, but this is like a disgusting fit.
Oh, and about the hacking sites, they're the max difficult. They may even be harder than SEC sites. You need hacking 5, the hacking rig, and the hacking implant, and then even then you're going to fail some of them.
I heard on the plus side though is when you fail they don't explode.
No, they do. They do. They don't hurt you when they explode. The minor cans, you get two attempts before they blow up. The major can, there's like one like central major can, and I think you get like 4 tries on it.
Yeah. I was just going off of what I was seeing people writing in Discord, and I was like, well, I don't do data on relic sites, so.
But yeah, if you've not done hacking before, this is going to be a doozy. Yeah. At least it was for me. I didn't really understand that hacking thing, so it took me a while.
Yeah, I just got hacking. I guess the 2 hacking skills to 5 lately, so it's a new thing to me too.
It's next on my list. I've got like 48 days and I'm done with my weapons finally, so I gotta remap for all the other fun stuff. And hacking is on the list just to have it so I can say I have it. I don't know. I don't do data in relic sites, so. Drake.
Yeah.
Drake, any fun kills in the past week or so?
I guess I'll go in order of value.
Oh,
so
shit.
The first one was at one of the event sites. Snagged a decent Loki.
Ooh.
Which in the Marshall.
There's normally a cloak.
Got tackled by my anus.
That's a fucking awesome name.
The next one was yesterday. So Frat's Bargas fleet were out, and we got a really good engagement on them. They kind of messed up. They had made one critical mistake, which cost them the fight almost instantly. Which was one of their Lokis separated out really fast, and they didn't like turn back for him. So once we killed it, they had essentially no logic and they scattered. And I burned like hell to keep up with this one Barghast. And it turns out it was a flagship Barghast. So we ran him down. We got quite a lot of the drops, and we also potted him, which was another 6 bill.
Oof. That has to feel bad.
And I can't find the screenshot, but apparently Frat comms were extremely upset at how that engagement went, so they instantly pinged 70 bombers and chased us for a bit. Eventually they gave up, and then we got dogged while we were killing some Ishtars, a shitload of Jags, and then followed by a load of Vedmax, I think, or Drekavax, I can't remember which one, and Navy execs. And I very nearly died because when I was targeting one, I double-clicked on him. So I turned around and went towards them, and I didn't notice. And then the big ones were a few weeks, probably like a month ago now.
Yeah.
Was just a random op where we took a little dive into Horde space and killed 600 bill of super capitals. Which was a Revenant and a Vendetta and a Hell. We lost absolutely everything in the process, except for one lone bomber, the god himself, who, I can't remember his name now, Fernando, who looted both the faction, the Revenant and the Vendetta, and also all of our capitals as they were dying, and he got out.
Wow. I'm just looking at this BR, though, and it's just hilarious. Your team, lost 184 ships. They lost 15. They lost 304 bill. You guys lost 150.
and that's with the the wrong prices for Vendetta and Revenant, so it's more like 500 to 600 bill.
I believe it, but it's still, even like this, it is funny to see.
Man, what, 20 supers? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they really dropped the ball on their super fleet. So when we dropped on a Nyx, yeah, it was a Nyx, and they started pinging their own comms, and he didn't say anything. He just kept spamming everyone, like at everyone. And didn't say what was happening, so I was like, what the fuck's going on? And eventually, like a minute later, he said what was happening. So they formed the Super Capital Umbrella. So we totally went around their comms demanding all the line members to undock and bubble the station. So they did. And then their Capital Umbrella could not get to us. And that gave us much needed time to kill the Revenant Vendetta.
Oof.
That's funny. Oh shit, dude, that's fucking awesome though. That is so good. All right. I think we'll wrap it up here. Drake, as always, thanks for coming on.
No worries.
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna.
Always good to hear from
I think
you.
I'm gonna have to switch Drake around and put him on like not and super awesome guests, whatever the fuck I have him listed as. Be like, I'm just gonna change you from an awesome guest to semi-regular guest, because you do like to pop in here, especially when like you're getting salty about us talking about something. You're like, no, I know the facts.
It's
Yeah.
good to have someone like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here though. Thanks for joining us, Drake. Any last comments from you guys?
No, not really.
I'll do a shout out to my former corporation Toast, who has been expanding and generally rebuilding lately. So.
Oh, nice. The
That's
Toasty
good to
Boys
hear.
are rebuilding.
Mhm.
It's good to hear. All right.
Only good vibes.
Hunters of Pochven, stay frothy.
Stay frothy. Stay rabid.
Stay frothy and murder outsiders. I like that. Stay
Yes.
frothy. I bumblefucked that one into something good. Thanks, Drake.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Stay frosty and murder some shit in the triangle. There's a lot of juicy targets now.
Triangle.
Yep. Yep.